Hey guys, good morning. It is October 8th and today we're starting the excavation of the new patio. So I just came in to get a few things and I realized I wanted to show you my pepper haul from yesterday. We thought it was going to rain, so I'll tell you more about that as we go outside walking, but check this out. So not bad, huh? Look at this nice variety. My Keystone Resistance ended up bouncing back. I only got a few, but it's all good. Here's a giant Marconi. I have some Cubanea, lots of Nadapeños and Jimmy Nardellos. Some really beautiful large shishitos in here. Oh, I'm so grateful that this actually happened. So in the midst of everything that's going on today, I will be getting these guys all cleaned, and they're actually already clean. They were drying overnight. I'm going to take their stems off and get them ready to go in the freezer. But for now, let's go take a walk outside and see what Farmer John's up to. Wow, you guys, look at the beautiful sky behind me. It is a beautiful, typical autumnal day here in New Jersey. I really just love this weather. It's heading into the 60s today. Let's take a walk over, see what Farmer John is doing. We're getting ready to start excavation. So I have to water the garden because, oh, that's what I was gonna say. I'm already in pea brain mode. So my little tiny 58-year-old brain. The air is now really dry. Yesterday and the few days before it was extraordinarily humid. So, you know, I wasn't really watering as much because everything was getting like a mist from the morning fog. And now all of a sudden this dry air moved in and we never got the storm yesterday. So I pulled all of those peppers. I probably didn't really need to, but it did drop down into the 40s. So it's better that I did, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, now I have to go back to watering the spinach and the carrots and the daikon and all that to make sure everything's properly hydrated. So Farmer John's back there raking. I'm going to show you how the excavation is starting. Wow, what a beautiful day with the sky. It's perfect to have the sky overcast like this when we're working on a project because, you know, it stays nice and cool. We're wearing sweatshirts today. So, but anywho, I don't know if you can see the area that we used the little lawnmower to cut the grass. Try to find the best angle for you so you can see this pathway here where the grass is shorter. It's going to be about 6 feet wide. You should be able to see it here. Is going to be the walkway. So here's my feet walking. This will be a walkway, and I'm at the berry barn, which, by the way, we've been harvesting autumn raspberries, you guys. So today Farmer John had freshly harvested raspberries in his oatmeal, and it tasted like raspberry candy. So it was so good. So, but anyway, I digress again. So here's the pathway, and this is pretty long. I didn't measure the distance on this, but it will stop here. This will be the walkway, and then try to find an angle for you back to about where the wheelbarrows are, or where the grass is cut to become the patio. So this whole field we're getting ready to start today. We figured out the patio is going to be roughly 11 by 11. So we're going to do a quick layout of the pavers, and this is going to be done rustic. By no means is this going to be a proper patio. So if Captain Obvious is watching and wants to say, that's not how you build a patio, we know, you guys, we know. We know there's also people out there who are just going to be happy for us that we're using reclaimed material that we're saving from a dumpster, 100% reclaimed pavers. So we're just doing this in a way we're going to silage the grass with plastic. We're going to put down the pavers in the pattern we want. We'll be surrounding the area in pea gravel, and we're going to be making raised beds that will be dedicated to my beautiful Cosmos collection. Half of it hasn't even grown yet because I have so many seeds, so that I didn't plant this year. So, all right, you guys, so that's 2 minutes of me yapping about what's on the way. So here we go. Let's get started. So Farmer John's doing the rough mock-up, and I'm watering the lettuce in. Like I said, the rain never came, so look how well the lettuce is doing. I can't recommend enough Bronze Beauty. That's a great lettuce, and Solar Flare's good too, but look how well my Merlot is doing. So as I was standing here and I just happened to look back, look at this wild garden. I'm going to take you for a walk back because the mosquitoes aren't so bad today. But can you see that? Oh my gosh, it's apricot lemonade Cosmos. Let's go get a closer look. There's so many wonderful flowers right now. Oh, look at this one, you guys. Oh my gosh. This is Oh my gosh. I didn't see this yesterday while we were back here harvesting the peppers before the storm. This flower. Oh my gosh. This is, I think that, I don't know. This should be the candy floss, but it also looks like the peyote. I don't know if some hybrid happened or what from last year, but gosh, I'm just totally awestruck. So look at the apricot lemonade cosmos though. There's some chance this could be xanthos. There's some chance, because I'm realizing on the packet of the xanthos, they do have one of the flowers that shows a little bit of multicolor. I don't know if you remember in one of the Cosmos videos that I showed you, I said, look, this packet seems like a combination of Kiro and apricot lemonade, but underneath of it is this antique rose pink. And then from the top, all I see is this field of yellow with the pink throat. And I am like, I just can't get enough of it. So now these guys I know for sure are mixed in with, these are for certain part of the xanthos. But then, yeah, look, these ones, these just opened. I didn't even see these guys. The discovery in my own garden, as you're here with me, is absolutely priceless. But I cannot wait to have an entire area dedicated to these cosmos, because this has all been going on while I've been in some level of mosquito hell, and I haven't been able to come back here and experience this. But now that the weather has changed and the mosquitoes are laying off, low-key laying off, they're not completely gone today, but I've been missing this. Now granted, I have all those other beautiful ones up on the other tomato trellis, but I haven't had these guys yet. And next year, I'm gonna have them right at my kitchen window, and I'm super excited. So, I mean, you know, between the cosmos and the zinnias, it's no wonder I have such terrible attention deficit. There's so much to see. I know for certain this one is apricot lemonade. So here's what you get with apricot lemonade. So that one is a much bigger flower. I mean, that could be, you might want to try both. Get apricot lemonade and the xanthos varieties, and you'll eventually get that type of a flower. And the zinnias, they just keep popping up. There's some queen lime on the other side that are so beautiful and brilliant. Look, still buds forming, even though we have so much powdery mildew on these zinnias right now, we still have all of these flowers. And all while the gorgeous marigolds are opening in all of these brilliant colors. What a blessing to have these beautiful flowers. Farmer John's talking to himself, so I guess that means he wants me to come over there and help him. My excuse is that I'm watering the lettuce right now. All right, so let's go see what this guy's up to before I pull the hose back and water everything that's on the patio. It's amazing how dry it is today. Well, you can see it's going to become something. You okay, Farmer John? I heard you talking to yourself.
Yeah, I'm looking for the small 24-inch level. I thought I had it back there, but...
It was right there in the middle of the grass.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do with it. It's not green, so it's like impossible for it to have disappeared.
So here's a rough idea of the size of these pavers that we're going to be dealing with. This is a square, and these are a rectangle, so we're trying to incorporate some sort of a layout and shape, because we think these were from an E.P. Henry load. So there's pewter, Dakota blend, harvest blend. There's probably a few other shades that we're dealing with. I know there's no autumn blend, but we're trying to maintain the natural browns, but tie in the main patio up there, which is actually Cambridge bluestone pavers. But as you can see, these are real stone borders that we're using here, and these have a mix of browns and grays, and the pea gravel is browns and grays. So it's all going to make sense. You found the level.
Yes, I did.
All right. You should wait till you see the flowers in the back.
Oh yeah,
See,
beautiful.
I want to talk about flowers, but I know we need to talk about this patio.
Yeah.
But I can't help it, because right now, right in front of me, there's a queen lime zinnia that's just opening. No wonder. Oh, this little yellow threading here is so amazing. Have we established yet about my attention deficit, you guys? Who can live in a beautiful garden like this and be focused? I know I can't. I am not a candidate for being focused. So the beautiful thing is it's the middle of October and we still have these and the butterflies are still here. So, all right, my hose is waiting for me and Farmer John's waiting too. Anyway, have you been hearing this guy scream during this video? They just came out actually, you may not have heard them yet, but Aki, why are you screaming like a nitwit? He screams and screams. Anyway, let's go see progress with Farmer John. Okay, so right now we're in the mock-up stage, and this has taken a long time for him. This is a lot of picking up and putting down, but again, we're using reclaimed material. So this patio is going to be roughly 11 by 11, 12 by 12. We're not really sure how many inches it will deviate from, but basically we're trying to get it squared off so that we can get good coverage, so that when we put chairs down or a little table, again, this isn't going to be a proper area. But it's going to be a place for us to have, no grass. And then, on the outside corners here and here, we're going to be making little corner-shaped raised beds for my Cosmos garden. And on this side where the wheelbarrow is going to be part of the walkway. That's going to turn where you can see where the grass is cut. And then this will all be walkway. We have specific pavers that are going to go back here that were from a sample set of real authentic stone that was going to go to scrap. So we're going to be using that. So right now we're working with, for this main patio area, odd sizes of oblong, rectangles, squares, big squares, little squares. So it's all, it's not easy to try to get good coverage and have it make sense. But the hardest part's going to be is that John spent hours getting all of this shape together so we know how much material we have and how big we can go. Then we have to take it all apart and get the silage down and get it put back into place so we know how much pea gravel we'll be dumping. So all this entire surround is going to be getting filled with pea gravel all the way back in between all of the pavers. Oh my goodness. We're trying to reduce how much pea gravel we're going to need to haul tomorrow and Tuesday, but it seems like it's still going to be an awful lot. So it's coming together though. I think we're getting some kind of a wonky shape. It might not make sense to anybody else, but it's going to make sense to the aliens. That's who it's going to make sense of when they can see it from outer space. It'll be an alien landing pad. That's what it will be. Oh my God. Take me away to a place of an eternal garden, because I'm really going to miss my Cosmos and my zinnias. Hey guys, so it's Sunday afternoon, October 15th. It's been an entire week since we checked in with you. Basically what's happening right now, you see Farmer John back there leveling. Last week turned out to be a major moving of material. John moved, I don't know, closer to 3 tons of stone last weekend in order to get this area correct. So what we did is we got our rough walkway in down by the berry barn, and we silaged the area where we're going to be making a patio of reclaimed material. But that plan took a turn when we went and something that was donated to us totally changed our plan. So I'm going to walk over and show you what's happening and how far we've gotten with the project so far, taking into consideration that our plan went totally upside down, but we think it's going to turn out cool. So let's go take a walk through the backyard garden here and see how far Farmer John is getting today. So initially when we did the rough mock-up that we showed you in the last clip, you could see that we were planning on using square and rectangular pieces to cover this giant area where we had silaged all of the grass. Now, right now, if you remember going back a frame, there was all grass here. I think this area turned out to be like 18 by 30 roughly that John is standing in. And then that whole walkway area is about 6 feet wide by, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, at least 50 feet long. These materials here that we have used for pavers were donated to us. They are samples pieces of real stone. Now, look at how this was mined. Absolutely gorgeous. So this was a variety sample box. It was gifted to us because it was getting ready to go into a dumpster. So we started the walkway here next to the berry barn. So now as I walk, you can see how easy it is with my ugly clog shoes to just walk back here, and we'll be in a dry area. Now, this wood timber will be coming out, and now we have enough brickstone to go. We're going to be going all the way down with the brickstone and removing these timbers because we're making new gardens. This garden area, which we've been having problems with, has just been a problem. So we're going to turn that into elongated 8x4 beds like we have at an angle over there in the main garden. And then this will get lined with brick pavers that were again donated to us from reclaimed material. So now I'm going to walk back down here. Again, this was nothing fancy, but you know what's wonderful about this is that I have dry feet now when I come out. So I don't have to walk through the grass, which has been lovingly recalled the bowling green. So this is the area that we are going to keep grass, as well as the area between the greenhouse and the new walkway for now. But we're preparing to get a robotic auto mower, so we'll be coming in out here and just working on its own. But when I cut the grass with the big 33-inch deck cub cadet, this was a substantially easier shape to manage. So anyway, right now Farmer John is leveling a diameter of area that our first set of pavers will be going into. Now, as you can see in this amazing silage that we created, we didn't dig up any grass, we didn't pack it down by 4 to 6 inches, we didn't do any of that. This is just a rough patio. This was going to be made of all squares and rectangles, and we were just going to make a pattern to get it as level as we possibly could using, you know, free stuff. So when we went to get the stone that we were moving, including all of this pea gravel, which was a ton, this was a ton of pea gravel that we moved in a few hours in the back of my Honda over, I don't know, 4 trips. Saved us a lot of money that way. But anyway, now we were gifted a circle kit. So there's a few pieces in that kit that are incomplete, which is why it was returned and ready to go into a dumpster, because it was missing a few pieces. So what we're going to do is take this rough square, we're going to do a circle kit inlay. You can see where we're making lines, we're finding the center for the about 8 feet of circle. The circle will go in the middle of this, and then we'll be doing a square outer area, and we'll be using the pea gravel as our grout. This is not getting any compound, it's not getting polymeric sand or regular sand or anything like that. It's going to be cinder dust in the narrow gaps that we'll be creating, and it's going to be pea gravel as any larger joints need to get filled in. So that's where we are with that.
I'm just trying to get it as level as possible, so I'm not making it super tight.
Right. Right. No, it's not getting tamped or
and I don't
screened
know
or
if you
anything
want
yet.
that. Yeah.
We're establishing height
Right.
in an area that will accommodate an 8-foot circle, and then we'll regrade to accommodate the square and rectangular pieces that we're going to use. And then we had a new addition that we ordered for the end of this that's going to separate the patio to some planters to a walkway. And then in this area over here, this weird triangle, which again, we just used reclaimed stone and pavers to create a border. This area is wide enough that we're going to have a walkway up. We'll be taking the edge of where those boulders are, setting them back to a curve. So this will be a nice wide walkway up into the existing pea gravel walkway, which will come down here for some direction. We have enough square pavers to establish that shape. And then over here, we're going to be making a rectangular area that's going to accommodate our grill, and we're going to be building a pedestal made from reclaimed wall stone, and we have a slab of granite that we're going to put on top as a side workspace. So again, this is costing us very little. So it's just costing us our time and a little bit of money for extra material, but we are really, really fortunate to know the people that we know. So what else has happened in the past week since I've talked to you? Rain. Yeah, we lost 2 days last weekend. John took off 2 days because we lost Saturday and Sunday. We tried to get everything done Monday and Tuesday. John had to go back to work. I'm battling the neck and the back problems again, having major problems that are really slowing us down because I'm juggling everything else. All the flowers have to get cut down, and it's sad because look, the zinnias got powdery mildew from the rain, but look, they're still having babies. The cosmos are still hanging on, so I have a lot to show you guys, and it's really difficult because every day I say I want to make a video, and tell everybody what's going on, but we're so busy that we don't have time to edit right now. So I'm just gonna plan a little bit of time with you today and show you some of this extra material that we got and roughly what it's going to look like. Here's some extra material. These 50-pound buckets are what we move our stone in from the stone yard, and we just create, you know, walkways and everything with it. Now keep in mind, a lot of this is going to get filled in with, this is creeping phlox. I think this section here is white. Oh, and it blooms beautifully in the spring. So we're going to start transplanting clumps of that so it takes over some of the pea gravel area just to soften it and help with the, you know, radiant heat. And we're going to be expanding some more areas in the back using that material. Hang on. Okay, so here's the circle kit. It's about 8 feet in diameter, but there were, again, keystones, and I mean literal keystones, being this shape here, that allows you to create your circumference that we're missing. So it was either have a tight center with the keystones and lose space that allows you to turn your diameter, or we're going to keep this open and fill it with pea gravel because there's going to be an umbrella base on it anyway. And we're going to start filling in the edge. Now, something that's happened is we are short a few of these critical keystones that are going to allow us to finish this edge here where you see the charcoal bullnose pavers. So we're going to have to do something artistic here, but I already have an idea. So this part of the circle will be short, but this is going to get squared off and become part of a threshold because it's going to be surrounded with a square anyway. So I don't know if you can even imagine what I'm talking about, but this area will allow for just enough space. You can see how my feet fit in here to have like we'll have a couple chairs on here and a patio umbrella and a very small bistro table. So this will at least give us the opportunity to have our chairs and our table completely level and filled joints so that, you know, we're sitting comfortably back in that little area. So, but I really like it. Again, this was going to be squares, so now it's a circle. It's going to be cool. Then we have these extra pieces here where this is real bluestone, and our person cuts different circles and creates different angles with them, and all these pieces go into a dumpster. So we're actually going to be able to take these pieces that have a rough circumference, we have a bunch of them, and we're going to move them out to create the outside border of what will then be the square, and any big gaps are going to be filled with pea gravel. Well, look at the beautiful sky behind me. It is such a beautiful autumn day here in New Jersey. Temperatures are dropping down at night into the 40s, but you can see my heart is breaking because I still have all of these cosmos. There's still butterflies coming through. There's still zinnias hanging on, and you know, we can't take these extra flowers away from the butterflies right now, so our cleanup is getting delayed. But all this area behind me where you can see the zinnias are dying from powdery mildew, and I haven't pruned anything. It's just been too wet. We're going to have another part of this area here got affected really badly. Everything just collapsed. So yeah, we're fighting with exhaustion. We're really tired. I have not felt well, but we have a lot going on. I'm going to do a completely separate video for you. And in case you're wondering, yeah, I do have about 15 red sweatshirts that I tend to put on between September and October. And I didn't realize this until I started watching back my videos. So this is not the same day. It's not the same shirt. It's none of that. Not that that's relevant, but you know, you fashionistas out there, I know you follow me for my fashion tips. So I gotta look good in red for every autumn video. Anyway, So John's making some lines here, so let's have a quick look. I got to cut this down because this video is going to be way too long. We're going to end it abruptly at some point and start a new vlog on it, and I'm going to do another vlog for you today while John's working so I can show you some other stuff that's going on. But just hang on for a second. Let me turn this around. All right, you guys, so if you can see the cross hatches that are getting made in there as we using this cinder dust as our medium. You can use sand, you can use a lot of leveling material, but because we're not dealing with as big of a drop off and a grading issue as we did on the other side, gosh, last year the drop off over there for the, I can't believe we're doing the same thing this time last year on this side that we did on this side last autumn. We actually had to build a retaining wall because that grade went down so hard. This side isn't as bad, and you know, because of the way we're working with shapes here and we're not working with an actual structure, we can allow somewhat of a slope. Plus, when you have a paver patio, you want your water to run off, so it is recommended that you do 1 inch of downward grade into a swale per 8 feet as you very gently slope away. So we're not going to make this totally level. It has to have a very, very gentle level off into a swale because you want your water to run off or you're going to have standing water issues. So we're making some grids and some marks, as you can see. This is about the size of the space where we put, we do this very bastardized because we're not dealing with real material. We're like cave people. So it's like, you know, who needs a hammer when you have a rock? So we just pick up whatever we have. I have a really good natural level in my eye. So we're going to take this grid pattern. John's going to start screening it and scraping it, and then we'll be moving on to trying to figure out an even pattern to find the center for the circle kit because we're missing pieces. So that's where the challenge is going to come in with that. So that's what we've been up to for the past. Yesterday we lost to rain also. John's not off tomorrow, so we only have today to get this done, and we slept late and we lost a lot of important time. So we're going to work on finishing this up today, and on the next vlog I'll be stopping in to show you how we completed it and the next phase of the project. So thanks for watching this 2-day vlog with us, you guys. We'll see you in the next video.